Hey guys, Dan Lopatka here, at Music on the D-Lo on Twitter and Instagram. Happy New Year! It's great to be back. This is the first lesson of 2016 and I couldn't be more excited. In this lesson, I'm going to show you a scale exercise that's going to take you all the way up and down the neck, playing in every position. So first off, why scales? Aren't those just those tedious, boring things that teachers make you do? Well, a lot of players have that mentality, but the important thing to keep in mind is that scales, along with arpeggios, are the fundamental building blocks of melodies. So whether we're talking about a bass line, a pop vocal melody, or a Bach violin concerto, they're all comprised of bits and pieces of scales and arpeggios. Unfortunately, that's not really obvious with the way we learn how to play scales. I mean, think about it. When we learn how to play C major, what do? We learn to play up, and then back down. Which doesn't really sound like a melody. But if we just take those same notes in descending order and change the rhythm a little bit, we have Joy of the World. The point here is to see that there is a connection between melody and scale. And this exercise attempts to make practicing scales at least a little bit more melodic and enjoyable. This exercise is called Variations on the Beast. And for those of you who don't know what the Beast is, it's an exercise accredited to Billy Sheehan that takes a scale and plays it in every possible position from the bottom of the bass to the top of the bass. The way it works is we pick a scale. For our purposes, we're using F major. And we start at the lowest note of that scale we can play on the bass. So for me, having a 4-string bass tuned to standard, the lowest note that I can hit that's still within that scale is an E. E. So I'm going to start from E, and I'm going to play 3 notes of the scale on the E string. So E, F, G. 1, 2, 3. And by the way, these numbers that I'm using, 1, 2, and 3, they're not scale degrees or anything like that. They're purely the order of the notes on the string. So on the first string, we say E, F, and G. And we move to the next string. So the next string is A. And so we're going to play A, B flat, C. Then we move to the next string, which is D, and we play the next 3 notes. So D, E, F. And lastly, we move to the G string and play the next 3 notes. G, A, B flat. Now we'll move up to the next note of the scale, which is a C. And we'll do the same thing, but now descending. So on the G string, we'll play C, B flat, A. Again, 1, 2, 3, C, B flat, A. Then on the D string, we'll play G, F, E. On the A string, we'll play D, C, B flat. And on the E string, we'll play A, G, and F. So let's just do one more leg of this exercise to make sure that we understand it. So we'll move up to G, and we'll do 1, 2, 3 going up again. So G, A, B flat. Next string, C, D, E. Next string, F, G, A. And on the G string, we'll play B flat, C, D. So let's hear how that all sounds together. For the rest of the exercise, we just take that the entire way up the bass until we reach the highest note that we can hit that's in that scale. For me, it would be E. And then we go all the way back down, same idea. So I really like this exercise because it takes you up and down the entirety of the bass and it gets you playing in all possible positions. However, I do think it suffers a little bit from the same thing going up and down the C major scale does, is that it's really not all that melodic. So for my exercise, I want to take the idea of the beast and make it a little bit more melodic by adding variations on the order of the numbers. So for example, whereas with the beast, it's always 1, 2, 3, always E, F, G, A, B flat, C, so on and so forth, we can create variations by changing up the pattern. So for mine, instead of 1, 2, 3 every single time, we're doing 1, 3, 2 every other time. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on, we're doing 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. So let me show you how that works. So starting with the first leg that we went over, instead of E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, we're going to play 1, 3, 2. So E, G, F, 1, 3, 2. And it already sounds a little bit more melodic. On the A string, we're going to go back to 1, 2, 3. So those together sound like this. 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now on the D string, we're back to 1, 3, 2. So it's going to be D, F, E. 1, 3, 2. And on the G string, it's going to be back to 1, 2, 3. So G, A, B flat. So those two strings together sound like this. 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. So that first leg in its entirety sounds like this. Now, just as in the beast, we're going to go up to the next note in the scale, which is C, and we'll be in the second leg, leg number 2 of our exercise, and it's going to be the same idea. So now we're doing 1, 3, 2 on the G string, so it's going to be C, A, B flat. 1, 3, 2, C, A, B flat. Then on the D string, we're back to 1, 2, 3. So G, F, E. So those two together. Now on the A string, we're back to 1, 3, 2. So it's going to be D, B flat, C. 1, 3, 2. And on the E string, 1, 2, 3. So just A, G, F. So the second leg altogether sounds like this. So just as before, let's just do one more leg to make sure we're cool with this, we got it under control. So we're going to start on the third leg. So we're starting on G, on the E string. Again, we're at 1, 3, 2 first. G, B flat, A. On the A string, 1, 2, 3, C, D, E. On the D string, 1, 3, 2, F, A, G. And on the G string, 1, 2, 3, B flat, C, D. So let's hear how that entire exercise so far sounds together with the first 3 legs. So just as with the beast, we're going to take that all the way up the neck until we reach our highest note that's still within the scale. So again, for my beast, that would be an E. So when we come back down, everything is going to be in reverse. So for example, on the first leg when we were ascending, we're now going to be descending. Second leg where we were descending, we're going to be ascending. Third leg where we were ascending, now we're going to be descending. So for sake of time, let's just look at from the third leg back down to see how this would work. So now we're starting on D, on the G string, and we're descending on this leg. And so we're going to start 1, 3, 2, and 1, 3, 2 is going to be D, B flat, C. So again, 1, 3, 2, D, B flat, C. On the next string, we're just back to 1, 2, 3, A, G, F. On the next string, we're back to 1, 3, 2, so it's going to be E, C, D. And lastly, on the E string, 1, 2, 3, so B flat, A, G. Now from there we're going to drop down a note. So we'll go to F, and it's the same thing again. 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. From there, we're going to drop down a note, bringing us back to where we started. So 1, 3, 2, B flat, G, A, F, E, D, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. So all of that together sounds like this. End on an F. It will sound nice. Now, one of the cool things about this exercise is that you can create your own variations. So we did 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, and so on, but you could do something like 3, 1, 2, or 2, 1, 3, or 2, 3, 1. There's many possibilities. Well, that's about all there is to it. As always, practice this slowly many times before you want to speed it up. If you speed it up too soon, you're going to make a bunch of mistakes. It's not going to be very helpful. Try playing this in all 12 keys, which I know sounds intimidating, but the fingering is all the same. So it's just a matter of getting a few under your belt, and the rest should come pretty easily. And if you feel like being a bit more adventurous, try out some different keys like melodic and harmonic minor. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Again, I'm at Music on the D-Lo on Twitter and Instagram. I post a lot of impromptu and short performances on there that I think you'll enjoy. Well, thanks again, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.